Howdy, my name is Rob, aka the Junk Monkey, and I am a full-time picker, reseller, and a part-time watchmaker. I don't know about you guys, but I get tired of going to the same thrift store day in and day out, seeing the same stuff on the shelves every single day for weeks at a time. So occasionally, I like to change things up a little bit. And instead of going back and looking at the same stuff I've been looking at, I'll go to an antique mall, which is where we're headed today. We are headed to Main Street Antiques, which is a pretty big antique mall. So I got to get down here. I've already missed the crosswalk, but I'll turn you guys around and show you this place. It encompasses 3 buildings that are all kind of connected together. I'll turn you around and get you a view of it here in just a second. There's one building, the middle building, and the big building. And we're gonna hop across the street while traffic is stopped. All right, folks, I will bring you back in once we get in there and we find a little something. All right, folks, we are in. And we're coming up on a booth, a lot of Pyrex down there on the bottom shelf, the primary set. One of these days I'm gonna find the big yellow bowl. My grandmother used to make banana pudding, and she always served it in her big yellow Pyrex bowl. Some neat looking elephants. Ooh, family of skunks. Ooh, an octopus. I like that, but not for 48. Let's see, we got some primitives, cowbells, churns, crocs. Ooh, some neat insulators. I don't think I've ever seen an orange one. It's all cracked up. Weird. There's a purple one for 25. I don't know enough about the things to buy them. I know I used to find them when I was a kid, walking down old railroad tracks and stuff. What else we got in here? Ceramics. Oh, there is a nice looking Murano bowl for $25. All right, we're gonna have them open the case for us in a bit. What I like to do is go through and I'll take a picture of the item I'm interested in and the booth number, and then I'll go gather up one of the workers, have them grab a key and follow me around from the spot to spot at the stuff I wanted to look at. So we'll probably come back and get a good look at that one. That's pretty. Hand-painted cobalt blue decanter set with its stopper. $240. Yeah, that'll stay here. That's one of the problems with this particular antique mall. I know the people that run it, and there are some good booths in here, but a lot of these booths, the pricing is pretty high, and that's okay, it's their stuff. But some of it is kind of ridiculously high. There's a neat little cut to clear glass piece. I don't know if you would call that a paperweight or not. It's hollow. I mean, you could use it for a paperweight. Some jadeite plates. There's a neat looking serving dish. I've found this one a couple of times before. I forget what they're called, but they make certain kind of like a European pastry or waffle type thing. There's some nice carnival glass. $55 though. It's Fenton. It's the grape pattern, and it is on cobalt. 55. There's a piece on those. There's just no room left for me to buy and resell, but I do like looking at it. That's a neat floor lamp. Do you still call it a lamp if it's a candle holder? A few of the crystals are missing, but those are fairly easy to replace. I'm hoping we run across one of these booths that is having a sale. That little basket up there is kind of wonky. I'm just curious as to what it is. It's hand-blown glass with it. I think it's contemporary. And they want $16 for it. Some more cobalt, some green. I bet you that strainer right there, juicer, I bet it glows. Yes, it does. But for $42, we're gonna leave it. There's a few pieces in there. Depression era Vaseline glass or uranium glass. Wouldn't really call it Vaseline. There's a little blue cobalt hobnail. Cruet missing its stopper. I just saw one of those at Goodwill recently for $8. They got it in here for 17, so it's not like they get it priced to the moon. Ooh. Fridgies. These are Hull. I had a whole set of them one time come out on a new cart at the Goodwill. Did well with them. Alright, golly. There's some pretty glass. What do we got right here? Mount Washington glass, $88. Yeah, I can see that. There's another little Fenton Cruet. It has a stopper. Not very well fitting, so it may not be the original. And this big art glass bowl for $45. That's really not a bad price for that. Don't break it. Pair of little iridescent vases, check, I believe. $120 for the pair. Yeah, I can see it. Well, let's see what else we can find. I haven't seen any for sale or on sale signs on any of the booths. The owners here, they really control when you can have a sale. And 3 or 4 times a year, they have a store-wide sale. And you can't just willy-nilly have a sale. I mean, you can have a going out of business sale. I've seen that in here a time or two. But for the most part, she only allows it when they do it a store-wide thing. Usually around Christmas time, there's always one. Oh, somebody likes Hawaiian shirts. Speaking of which, I like Hawaiian shirts. I may have to see if they got anything in my size. Oh, there's some glass back there. Bunch of jewelry. There's a little Jack in the Pulpit cornucopia looking thing for $18.50. It's got some weight to it. Don't think we'll take that. Some old rotary phones. Love finding those. These look like they may have come out of a hotel or something. Vintage clothing, some more Hawaiian shirts. That's a neat old porcelain clock. $250 is a bit out of my range for it though. I work on those every day, so. Pair of nice lamps. $200 for that one, $425 for that one. I don't know enough about those to know the pricing off the top of my head. Oh my. Oh, there's some good looking glass in there. I remember this booth. Oh my, look at that thing. This booth is, they got really good stuff and it's priced as such. Beautiful, beautiful glass. Ooh, the one with the dolphin stand. Love it. All right, I'll bring you back in if I find something. I've been watching this piece for about 1.5 years. I waited for 3 months one time for them to have a sale, and this booth had a 20% off sale. And before that sale, this piece was marked at $35 or $40, maybe 38, somewhere in there. Anyway, mid to high 30s. I come in for the sale, I was going to pick it up, and they had marked it up to $78. The reality is, this is not a fish. This is a leaf. I know it looks like a fish, but it is indeed a leaf. And I'm going to turn the camera up. I dropped the stand it was on. All better. Got it back up there. Some jewelry. There's some old pottery. Roseville. Let's see. That's a pretty vase right there. Custom painted ceramic. Yeah, that looks more like transferware to me. It's signed. F. Heron. Not a name I'm familiar with. Cute puppy dog. Some more cute puppy dogs. Alright, I'll bring you back. This is a new booth to me. I don't remember ever seeing this booth. They've got some Murano and some other art glass. $58 for a Murano ashtray. It's blue cased glass. Just can't get anywhere near that. May have mentioned recently that ashtrays don't do well for men, including Muranos. Most Murano ashtrays right now are selling in the $20 to $25 range. I did get quite a bit more than that for one. There was a super brilliant cobalt blue one. And the only reason I got that much is because I just refused to take less. But this booth made a cardinal mistake. There's a little Fenton hand-painted silver crest vase back there that I'd love to look at. But they've got so much stuff stacked on the floor, you can't get close enough to reach up and pick it up. That fish is neat. They got it marked for $95. That's probably worth that. There's a Fiesta ware teapot. Just stuff stacked. This is art glasses made in Naples. And they're one of those companies that is bad about putting the misleading labels. You see, they've got this one labeled as Murano, but I know for a fact it is not Murano. Yeah, so you got that satin bottom on it. I was looking to see if they had one of the misleading labels, but that's not Murano. That's made in Naples, and it doesn't sit very well. It's pretty, but this is the kind of stuff that was sold in department stores. Made in Italy, just not made in Murano, and not quite the quality of Murano. Ooh, I didn't even see the fish sculptures down here. Murano style. I hate it when people do that and they put style on there. It's not Murano. Why should you even put style on there? Same reason they put the misleading labels at the manufacturers. Just trying to get money from people who don't know better. All right. We are almost finished with this section, and we will move on to another section. I buy a little bit from this booth. They've got a good amount of Pyrex. Ooh, they got some Texas ware bowls. That's on my bucket list to find also. My mother to this day has one that she uses in her kitchen. There is a Pier 1 Jack in the Pulpit. And yes, Pier 1 is in the old import store. Bunch of cast iron. Y'all know I love my cast iron. There's some Chinese paperweights. I am well stocked on Chinese paperweights at the moment. There's a little cranberry hobnail creamer. $28 is a bit steep for me. If the owner of this booth was here, they would work with me on that price. All right, I'm gonna head to another section of the mall. Piece I've been been watching for a long time. I almost bought it the last time they had a 20% off sale in this booth. That is an Imperial glass, slag glass mug. It's got a bird motif on it, birds and tree branches and leaves. And the orange parts of it glow pretty well under black light. I don't know if my little keychain light will show up on the camera, but it's got some decent glow on it here and there. I've had this mug before, or similar mugs made by Imperial, and I happen to know that it's an $18 to $24 mug. So they've got it priced at $25, but even at 20% off, that doesn't leave me any room to make any money. Every time I come in here, I look to see if it's still here. That's a beautiful mug. I'm surprised it hasn't sold yet. Let's see what else they got in this booth. Some pottery. I love the glaze on that. That is beautiful. It's got some heft to it. Oh, and it is signed. Who do we have here? Let me get my... Folks, it's heavy. I got to get a grip on it. Peter C. Valley, 1997. Well, Peter, you had very artistic touch. Beautiful piece. I can't afford it at $55. That's a good thing I'm not rich. I would have house full. Alright, let's walk you across the aisle. Get a look right here. They've changed out a lot of their stuff. There used to be some fabulous Vaseline glass in here. There's still a couple of pieces. That little candy dish right there. Yeah. It glows a lot better than my camera is picking up. Those stemware pieces back there, the tops glow. I don't know if they want 65 for the set or each. There's another Chinese paperweight. Another Mount Washington piece, a cruet with its original stopper. Some cameo pieces. Nice stuff. Just a little out of my price range. Whole case full of jadeite. Oh, that little mixing bowl glows. That piece glows. It's a McKee. Ooh, that juicer and mixing bowl glows great. $145. Yep, the pepper one glows, and the salt glows. And sugar and some of those glow, some don't. Alright, there's another Pyrex set. Good amount of Pyrex in here. The prices aren't horrible, it's just I can't pay it and then resell for a profit. So if you like Pyrex and you want decent prices, come on into Medford's main antique mall. There's plenty of it in here. I've bought a few pieces from this booth. There's a Viking 6-petal compote. Some kind of a fish with made out of crackled glass with a chipped up lip on it. That little piece right there is color flashed and missing its lid. Sometimes it's hard as a picker and a glass collector. I go into thrift stores and, paying $8 a piece for really nice Fenton pieces. And then I come in here and see the exact same pieces priced at $65, knowing that they really only sell between 18 and 24. So it kind of gets to you a little bit. But also, I love coming in here because I get to see so much more of it. And occasionally I find something really nice that I have never seen before, and I get to look it up and increase my knowledge. There's a Fenton thumbprint compote. There's a Fostoria coin dot vase. And this picture with the corn motif is something I've never seen before. And they're calling it Fenton. I've never seen that before. I'll have to take a picture and see if I can find some information online. clothing behind me. There's a bunch of old medical and lab pieces, including the eye cups. I wish they had one of the Vaseline glass eye cups. I would buy that. As long as it was less than, I don't know, 50 bucks, I would buy it. Rooster with his beak broken off. They still want $32.50 for it. Color flashed and chipped. They want $1 for it. I almost want to give it to them. But I've got plenty of that kind of stuff sitting around at the house and in my shop. I use them for trinket dishes and various other things. What we got way up here? Hang on a second, folks. That is a neat little vase, heart-shaped. Yeah, they're calling that Vaseline. Does that glow? Let me get my light out. I need to get a better light that shows up better on camera. No, that does not glow. Is there some other reason to call a piece of glass Vaseline? I mean, it's not like Vaseline petroleum jelly came in it. So I don't know. It's something else. I just don't know. I think I might look that up, Google Lens it or something, and see if I can figure out why they think it's called Vaseline. Lots of just really neat stuff here. Those two big urns. These two-headed dogs, or three-headed dogs, I should say. Look at that. Those things are wild. I love them. But at $150 a piece, I have to leave them here as much as I want to take them home. Just can't today. If you guys see any of this stuff and you're interested in it, let me know. I'll be glad to come back. Oh my. There's a whole bunch of Fenton. Or Fenton, listen at me. Pyrex. Jeez. But yeah, if you guys see anything while I'm roaming around, window shopping, trying to find a deal. Oh, I love that lamp. Oh, that's spectacular. Art Deco, pink satin glass. $160 is not a bad price for that at all. Look at that. Little miniature cast iron stove. This is a booth. I probably buy more from this booth than any other. And yeah, they've got a lot of Pyrex. They've got some Roseville. They've got Fiesta. They've got cast iron. They've got Fenton. Oh me, when I pay up for a piece of Fenton, you can pretty much bet that it came out of this booth. There's an Epern, all milk glass. They want $29.50 for it. If that doesn't have damage, that's going home with me. I can double my money or a little more on that. Let me move this Chinese paperweight out of the way. This little Delft windmill. That looks like a pair of Fenton bookends. I think that's Fenton. Wheaton. It's actually Wheaton. $19.50 for the set of two. Maybe not today, but if they're still here, next time she has a sale, that might come home with me. I'm pretty sure that Epern is coming with me, as long as it doesn't have any damage. And she's got plenty of Depression era uranium glass. There's saucers, juicer chipped, another chipped juicer. I think it's chipped, no? Yeah, oh yeah, chipped pretty badly. And then we've got a bunch more Fenton. There's a hand-painted vase that looks pretty. Coin dot, hobnail. When it comes to the hobnail, I like the stuff with excessive opalescent glass. This one is not quite where I want it. A little bit more, and that would be in my personal collection. All right, let me get off of here. I'm gonna go through this booth and see if there's any really good deals to be had. Unfortunately, the horns are glued into that Epern. And that's not a deal breaker. I could get that glue dissolved out of there. Just not looking for anything I need to work on right now. I'll keep an eye on it. Next time they have a sale in here, I will definitely come in and get that. Now the little Silver Crest Violets and Snow hand-painted basket is unsigned. They only want $14.50 for it. I know I could advance it from that, but I prefer the signed ones. So that's another piece that we're going to wait for it to go on sale. Unfortunately, this time around, she doesn't have anything quite ready to come home with me. All right, let's look around some more and see what else we can find. Cabinet right here. I've bought a few things out of here, so they're constantly adding to it. There's a beautiful little egg paperweight. We're gonna reach in there and see what that's all about. It's open on this side. Let's get a look at it. They want $12 for it. It's signed. I can't quite make it out though. Mount St. Helens, 1983. So yeah, this is made with some of the ash from the Mount St. Helens eruption. It's kind of small. I don't know when the next paperweight sale is going to be, but that would be a good piece for it. I think we will go ahead and pick that up. Folks, I did it to myself. I lost track of time. They close at 4 o'clock and it's well after 3. So I'm going to have to run through here real quick. Then we're going to go pull that first piece of Murano that we found, suspected Murano. But while talking to her, she told me they are going to have one of their sales next month. So hopefully that one booth where I was oohing and ahhing over everything, the one that's got all the Fenton with the E-Pern, hopefully she puts her stuff on at least 20% off, and I'll come through and buy a bunch from her. But we're gonna walk through here pretty quick, folks. If you see anything, holler at me. Tell me what it was you saw and the timestamp in the video, and I will come back and get a better look at it for you. Here's a beautiful little art glass vase. It's hand blown, but it's a little wonky. It's not signed. $6 though, good Lord. You can't beat that for $6. So not everybody in here has got things priced to the moon. There's some really good deals to be had in here. All right, golly. Anybody need a lampshade for a cranberry coin dot? I know where one's at. Let me know if you're interested. I'll come get it for you. That's the large one. Well, folks, that's going to be a wrap for this one. I wanted to get you guys into someplace other than just my normal thrift stores. Yeah, I've got 3 of them plus the bins, but it gets a little tiring going into the same thrift stores day after day after day and seeing the same stuff. So today we went by the main antique mall, Main Street of Medford, Oregon. It's on the corner of Main and South Riverside. And we picked up this beautiful little Mount St. Helens 1983 signed egg-shaped paperweight, which will go into a future paperweight sale. I've probably got 40 or so paperweights, maybe 50. But it's like the Fenton. There's over on knickknacks.net, we have marketplace sponsored raid trains, and if I can get on that with these paperweights, they do phenomenally well for me. So that's what we got today. And the Mount St. Helens ash was used to make glass, and I may be wrong, and you guys help me out down in the comments. Being dated 83, this may be a very early Glass Eye Studio weight. If you can help me out with the research on that, I'd really appreciate it, or if you have knowledge of it. But it's just a beautiful little egg shape. It's got some purple in it, and some green and some blue. It's just a pretty little thing. Unfortunately, we ran out of time at that antique mall. They were closing in just a few minutes, and I had to get them to go open a case for me. I ended up not picking up that piece of Murano, and they told me that next month is the big sale, the mall-wide sale. And so it kind of behooves me to wait a couple of weeks to go back and look at several of the things we looked at, like the Fenton Epern, the Violets in Snow Silvercrest hand-painted basket by Fenton, the Murano bowl, and a few other pieces I saw there. And so next month we'll go back in there and we'll spend a bit more time, show you a lot more stuff, and we'll probably buy more than just one paperweight. But I sure appreciate you guys coming along with me today, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate you. So you guys keep it up, and y'all come back now. You hear?